You're enough infectious youth. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Live from the gateway to the West, this is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
The late Robert Morris from the great musical and play How to Succeed in Business. That's one of the classics. We're going to be back in a moment with Robert Kiyosaki. We're going to take calls with Robert next hour here on Coast to Coast. And of course, May 27th, love for all of you to come to Oregon. How come, Tommy?
Well, George, speaking of our live show in Oregon from the Animal Planet channel and the show Finding Bigfoot, I have Matthew Moneymaker on the phone who will be one of our guests at our live show in the Dalles, Oregon. The show is going to be in May. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Excellent, excellent. So your show, Finding Bigfoot, that lasted for what, almost like 100 episodes?
It was 100 episodes over about 7 years. So the number of seasons doesn't matter because some years had multiple seasons. But yeah, from about 2010 to 2017, 100 episodes, and we went all over the place.
That is a great run. I got to tell you, one of my favorite episodes is where you tell the guys in your crew, you're going, I don't care what anybody says, I saw what I saw. And you were so excited in this episode. What was it like to film? You were in North Carolina, is that correct?
Yeah, and North Carolina was an example of a state where before our show, most people didn't think of Bigfoot's being in that part of the country. And I think that was an eye-opener for a lot of people about the whole series. And even the network was even pushing that, saying, yeah, we want you to go to places where there's Bigfoots at, but where people just wouldn't expect. North Carolina being one of them. That episode was Yawari National Forest, the part just outside of Albemarle. And our group had done expeditions there long before the show happened. And so we knew the hot spots, including one where a Bigfoot, one of those places where one would come around very reliably. There's a place called Westmoreland Campground. Well, anyway, we did an episode in there, and we got some action.
Matt, we are so excited to have you at our live show in May. What can folks expect when they come to the show when we bring you up on stage?
Well, we'll be able to see some footage behind us with some stuff that I think is legitimate, and I also have an example, the Skookum cast heel, which actually shows a cast of a part of the Sasquatch body, and you can see how much larger it is. Kind of like something even better than a footprint cast. And people find that very impressive. So we'll show some images, we have that kind of artifact, and a lot of people have questions about things that even I take for granted because I've been in the subject for a long time, but it makes sense to a lot of people, and they learn an awful lot about the subject very quickly.
Matt, thanks for spending a few minutes here with me now. George, of course, the show is Saturday, May 27th at the amazing Granada Theater in the Dalles, Oregon. Just about 84 miles east from Portland. We'll have two other guests, of course, Matt and then Dr. Sty. I'm going to put you up there on the teach that person. And then at 1 Friday night, head over to coasttocoastam.com and Lexi's got all the info right up there in the carousel.
Looking forward to that. It's coming up really, really fast. And here's something for you to build up your immune system.
HealthyLooking.com and Dr. Alan Lay brings 4 decades of experience in natural products for the exclusive stem cell wellness kit that works with your body's stem cells to assist your immune system. Here's Dr. Malay with more.
Whether it's physical activity, obesity, diet, smoking, low on hormones, stress, sleep disorders, or your age can be supported by reducing inflammation and aiding the body to heal itself appropriately. A stem cell is a cell waiting to be told what it needs to be. If there is inflammation, that inflammation needs to be stopped. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, kidney disease, various types of cancer, depression, Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune disorders, osteoporosis, even fatty liver are chronic signs of inflammation and can be aided by supporting the body's ability to protect those cells that it needs. And that is the purpose of ImmuStem and Adaptostim together, supporting the body to be the best it can be.
Dr. Malay, how will I feel after taking Adaptostem and ImmuStem?
The ImmuStem is going to give you the best. And I tell you, your immune system is starting to function better than it's doing. You put Adaptostem on with it, and most will feel it within 30 minutes.
Order now at HealthyLooking.com. The stem cell wellness kit from Dr. Malay to
the most trusted wireless brand, and they've been providing superior nationwide coverage for more than 25 years. Switch today and save up to half on your wireless bill. They offer unlimited talk and text with flexible data plans starting at just $20 a month. Their award-winning customer service team makes switching easy. Keep your phone and number, and activation is free. Plus, you can add a family member to your plan for just $15 a month per month. Never worry about dropped calls, because Consumer Cellular has the exact same coverage as the major coverage to over 99% of the nation. This is all backed by their 100% risk-free guarantee. Also, with Consumer Cellular, you can save up to $250 a year. Go to consumercellular.com/Nori, and for a limited time, get $25 off your wireless bill when you use promo code Nori. That's consumercellular.com/Nori, and use promo code Nori for $25 off.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-251-7391. If you don't have access to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even collect years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-251-7391 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security checks. Call 800-251-7391 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-251-7391.
Coast to Coast, George Nori back with Robert Kiyosaki. His website is linked up at coasttocoastam.com. We are talking about the economy and ways that you can benefit from this. How can people make money in this kind of situation, Robert? What do you recommend they do?
Well, I always recommend, don't have an insurance salesman if you buy insurance. And I sell financial education. But again, I ask people, what does school teach you about money? And for most people, they were told things that keep them poor. So, let me give you an example. A person like me and Trump, we wrote 2 books together. We don't pay taxes legally. And always remember, America was founded as a tax-free nation in 1773, the Boston Tea Party. So there's different sets of rules for different sets of people. So another book I wrote is called The Cash Flow Quadrant. E, S, E, and I. E stands for employee. Employees pay approximately, this is globally, 40% of their income in taxes. S are small business owners or startup entrepreneurs pay the highest. They pay 60% in tax. Wow. But what happens is an employee says, I think I'll start my own business. Well, they just move to a higher tax bracket. On the other side of the quadrant, that's basically an X. A quadrant. There's B. D stands for big business, 500 employees or more. And I stands for investor, but inside investor. So if you're told to invest in a 401k, I'm not a financial advisor. You're an outsider. Guys like Trump and myself are insiders. So, if you know those basic things, and you ask yourself, what do I have to do to go from ERS to BRI? And that takes financial education, and that's what I sell.
I've been watching every once in a while a television show on Amazon Prime called Billions with Paul Giamatti. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but he's the U.S. attorney for an Eastern District in New York, and he's going after this multi-billionaire who buys and sells things through a capital company that the guy owns. And he works on insider information and stuff like that. What's going on at Wall Street these days, Robert? Is that still a right protocol?
That's a great question, George. The question is, there's always an inside. The question, how close to the inside are you?
It's going
But
way
yeah,
too fast.
if you bought Kool-Aid, drank the Kool-Aid, let's go to school, get a job, work hard, save your money, pay your taxes, get out of debt, and invest in a 401k. You're far away from the inside as possible. That's the sad part about no financial education.
Insider information, it's kind of illegal to trade on that, isn't it?
Now, it depends upon what kind of insider you are. For example, let's say your mom and pop and you wanted to buy a house to rent out. So the moment you do that and put your own deal together, you're now an insider. You're an insider to that deal. But if you buy an REIT, real estate investment trust, you're an outsider. The rules are different. Interesting.
Big time. Big time. I mean, here the local girl, and a guy from the company says, yeah, we're unloading this subsidiary we own tomorrow, and you run and buy some stock. Have you committed a crime?
Well, it depends. You know what I mean? It all depends. I hate to be so vague. But the other thing, too, is in the world of my world, the ES and the B's and I's have what's called family office. The family office is a piece of parents, attorneys, all those. Trump has one I have. But if you're an outsider, an employee who tries to Kool-Aid and go to school and get a job, pay your taxes, save money, and invest in a 401k, you're an outsider. There's a line between us fireballs between all of it. So years ago, that's why I created the cash flow board game. And the reason, again, I'm selling now because I want people to understand the differences. Your financial literacy begins with a financial statement. Let me say it again. Your financial literacy begins with a financial statement. And most of us have heard these words, income and expense, asset and liability. Okay. But they haven't heard the proper statement of cash flow. So again, the reason my wife and I created this cash flow bridging is to learn to be an insider. To put your own deals together. I don't need to go to Wall Street. I'm not saying I'm not against Wall Street. But I don't need to go to them to buy it. Package deals together. For example, I'll tell you how simple it is in theory. I invest in Wagyu cattle, Japanese cattle. I'm Japanese, I'm first generation Japanese. Because George, I always wanted to be a Japanese breeding bird. That guy did, but they kept bringing the cows. I said, that's a job I want. So I bought these Wagyu cattle. Now why Wagyu? Because Wagyu is a brand. That's a beef breed, right? Well, no, it's a high-end.
It is. I've noticed that.
Bravo, Chiyoda, the thing is. And if you look at guys like Kaufman, he only invests in brands. So he invests in Coca-Cola. But he doesn't invest in Joe's startup Coca-Cola. Take over the family business. So one guy, poor dad, was school smart. Rich dad was street smart. So when I was about 10 years old, my rich dad started teaching his son and me playing Monopoly. And we said, now why are we playing Monopoly? Rich dad said, because, real estate is one of the asset classes you need to invest in. So at the age of 10, I'm playing Monopoly.
Buying up as many little housing spots as you could find, right?
Well, yeah, of course. 4 greenhouses, 1031 tax deferred exchange into a red hotel.
That's right.
So today I own red hotels.
You hope that somebody lands on it.
Well, that's what Trump does too. So it's really simple if you can get the simplicity of it. But without financial education, they make it sound so complex. And like I said, I went to the high school at 15 and 17. ring knocker. And I joined the Marine Corps. Marines are not known for their intelligence.
They're tough though.
I'm good with it, but I love the Marine Corps.
You're talking to a Navy guy, by the way.
Oh, good. But you know, in the Marine Corps, in the Navy, in the military, we're taught one thing: respect.
Yep.
Respect. And I want to say this to all those guys out there, because I was a ring knocker in the academy for many years. The first ones that were taught. They're now commissioned officers because they ran the military. But they lost the respect for the NCO. And the NCOs hold to get that place. They kept me alive. And then the colonels in the wave, it was called Cloudview. Man, were they sharp. Yeah, my dad was statutory job. Not to digress, but I think, you know, as a young teenager, the biggest mistake I think we made as a nation, people, is we didn't respect the troops when they came home from Vietnam. Amen, George. Yep. Amen. Okay to protest the war. I have no problems with stuff like that, but don't knock the troops. No. At Norton Air Force Base in California, and my commanding officer was Lieutenant Colonel, Lieutenant. He said, gentlemen, America has changed. The moment it gets into the terminal, change your clothes to civilian clothes. I said, why? It's all those hippies, London guys, from the Woodstock generation. And you don't feel like it's like body spit on. I said I shot the wrong beat. I told the Marine to say.
Way too fast.
No, I know. I remember those days. They were just horrible. Just no thanks to the troops. I mean, they put them down.
George, did you ever lose anybody out there?
No, my dad was in World War II, came back, of course. But I did not have any close friends that I know of that were in Vietnam. I'm sure I had some guys from high school and buddies who might have been out there, but I never heard of what happened to them.
Let me tell you the saddest thing. And he stands up there, and he's one of your best friends. They take him. Sorry, I don't come there. That's what he is. Wailing the young lads put that up there to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It was the saddest thing, you know. And I hate to say that, but I still remember those hippies spitting on me.
Unbelievable. Well, you're not Republican, you're not a Democrat, but I'm going to ask you a couple questions about Trump. We won't get into the indictment, but how would you rate him as a president?
Well, let me give another quote from a guy named, what's his name, Jordan Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if you think tough bidders are tough bidders are bad, try a weak bidder. So the damage a weak bidder can do. And again, I'm not Republican.